A request has flooded in for costings. What have I spent doing my flat? Well, this front door is classic because you can't see any of it. That and that, the council came and put on about 2 weeks ago. I'd already done the job because this fell off and I had to take the one that was on the floor off. So I'd put a new one on the bottom of the door and a new door flap on the outside. And then the council came along and did it anyhow. So 12 quid I spent there that I didn't need to spend, and you can't actually see it. Spent 10 quid on the doorbell, which I can't hear. Hang on. Oh yeah, I can hear that now. Good. So as we move in, obviously flooring was a big issue. So in total, tiles, about 140 quid, okay, for the hard flooring. Okay. Didn't spend any money on here. I bought these little things for guests to put their coats or whatever on. They were 3.5 quid for the 4. There's another one in the kitchen. This over door thingy in my wardrobe was a £5 because I decided I didn't want to have my coats on display or to keep them out of the way. Oh, that mirror, these hexagonal tiles, I think they were about 9, I think they were nearly 10 quid, but I've got a load more of them left, so I'm actually going to make that a bit bigger. But look, you can see me in my pyjamas. Sounds like good. The flies done up. In the bathroom, I haven't spent a lot. I bought that new toilet roll holder, that new bin, and that new bog scrubber, and I'm going to get a new wash basket. 5 quid, 3 quid, 8 quid, and those 2 bottles that hold soap and moisturiser were a quid each. Someone needs to add this up. Turn that light off. No more money spent in here, I don't think. A few pictures that have got to go up and whatever in here, but I've repainted this, which is great because if you remember, it had all those horrible where the knots were coming through. But that bins stuff is brilliant. That was, oh God, 28 quid for a tin of that. That's part of the cost, obviously. Now then, in here, this table was 85 quid. In terms of units here, that one I already had. Now then, 160 quid's worth of units. Nothing on those. This was £5.38. I'm only counting things I've bought since I started this project. For instance, there's 2 bits of timber in there, but I already had them, so I'm not going to count them. Same with this. Painted it white, but I already had the paint that I used on that, so that doesn't count. I haven't bought any artwork. Oh no, I have. I bought that, and I bought my little Bauhaus posters. They were like 5 quid, the lot, so whatever. Nothing else new in here. Speaker stands already had, sofa and chair already had, table already had. Tea set 4 quid. These tubs were 3 quid each, and I bought 9 of them. Would you believe? I know you can't see that many here, but turn the music down, don't we? So I keep forgetting the music. Plants. 12 quid plus 4 quid, 5 quid plus 3 quid, 3 quid. That I already had. Stick of wood I already had. Well, do we include the hi-fi equipment? We don't really, because that would boost the total quite a lot. Green carpet, £104. I'm not going to include the hi-fi equipment, although I have bought it this year. I didn't buy it to decorate my flat. I bought it to listen to, so I won't include that, because that would blow the total out of the water. Particularly if we go for the price it should be, not the price I paid for them, because I'm a savvy shopper. If you went full retail, it'd be $13.50 for the speakers, $1,300 for the amplifier, 600 quid for the CD player, 600 quid for the record player. I didn't pay that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. But if you went full brand new retail out of the box, that's what they would cost. Oh, the ceiling roof treatments were a tenner. This one on the wall was about 26 quid, I think. Is there anything else new in here? Don't think so. Oh, well, these units were 30, 30, 40, 100 quid in total for these units. Shouldn't forget them, really, should I? In the kitchen, what did I spend on here? 30 quid on the top. I bought a sheet of 8 before MDF and had it cut up, which was 32 quid, and that's made various, like the end panels and various bits and bobs, and the doors, obviously. 12 quid on door handles. I think it was 14 quid for the vinyl. The stain was about 20 quid, I seem to recall. Oh, my periodic table of elements was about 26 quid. It's quite expensive. This was a fiver or something off Temu. Love that. I do love that, actually. Bins all fine. That's all nothing new. These tiles, the sticky tiles and the sticky tiles on the wall units were, how much were these? I think in total, I bought 4 packs of these. 4 packs, about 32 quid for these. This edging, the buffer edging, I spent quite a bit of money on that. I bought, let's say, 60 quid's worth for that. It's quite expensive stuff, really. Well, not really, but you need quite a lot of it for what I've done in here. What else have I bought new in here? Oh, this, 6 quid. This and the mug tree between them were 10 quid. That was $5.99. It was Zhuzha. Nothing else is new there. Excuse the mess. This was 12 quid. This was 6 quid. This was 12 quid, the Cruet set. This was 8 quid, I think. Seem to remember. Now, of course, within this, like I bought some paint, which was about 25 quid a tin, which has only done the insides of these, because it turned out to not be. Well, do you know what? I'm still a bit like on the fence about it, because it is very good when you look at it on camera, but it's somehow not as flat or consistent. Oh, and of course I bought the magnetic catches, which were 6 quid. The hinges were nearly 4 quid for 2 pair, and I bought 1, 2, 3. I bought that 3 times, so 12 quid for the hinges. Can't think of anything else. Obviously, there were various sort of screws and ancillary products and paintbrushes and bullshit, whatever. Let's say 100 quid of ancillaries. Not unfair, is it? Is there anything else I've actually bought? That's going to add up to not as much as I thought it was. Well, when you think back, I think I did my original budget was something like £3,000. So I just turned the lights off. Maybe that was a mistake. But I haven't bought a sofa yet, obviously. Because I'm going to do that at some point in the future. But, you know, I did, if you remember, I budgeted like 300 quid for a table. Duh. Didn't spend that, did I? 85 quid, get in. And I love that table. It's just nowhere proper to put it in this room. This room's having to do more than it's, you know, really big enough for. Of course, most normal human beings don't have so many frickin' records, do they? Or decide they want to keep them all on the floor. Because if I just was a normal, I could just go up this wall here and I could have that plus loads more. I could have 42 cubes in the air, you know, 7 wide, 6 high. And I could get every album I've ever seen up there then, you know. But I like it like that. I like having it low level. Can't lie. But then I would have more room for things like tables and whatever, you know. I don't know. It's just the way I am in it. But just a weirdo. Not exactly. But oh, that lamp was £8. Forgot that. Bought that for this project. Yeah, I can't think of how else really that I bought just for this. Oh, my little fake ashtray. It was £3.50, I think. No, £5 it was. Yeah. Nothing else on that. Of course, my tablet that I'm holding, I didn't buy that. My beloved family bought that for me. And that was part of my budgeting. As were some other AV items, which I've decided really not to buy. Mainly a dedicated streamer, which I'm not going to bother with. The Bluetooth seems perfect to me. I probably will buy a subwoofer for the hi-fi system, because although this has great bass, it doesn't go quite as low as I'd like to. It goes down to about 50 hertz. I'd like to have something that goes 30 or just below, maybe. A bit more bass, a little bit more. So I like a bit of bass. But that'll be, I think, £185 for the one that matches these, which is what I'll get. And I still would quite like to get the VU meters, which are about £100. They're just bling, though. They really don't do anything. They just look nice. But that's life, isn't it? We have things we like as well. Yeah, I can't think what else I've bought that's cost money. And how much it cost, I don't know. I did include something for this worktop, don't I? The wood for this was about £30. Make a note of that, someone. So if someone wants to add that lot up, you know, go for it. But that's it. That's Charlotte. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I have fulfilled the request that I had for pricing. Man hours, well, far more. It doesn't look like that much now. But when I remember how hard it was getting this fucking carpet up, oh my god, and getting rid of it and moving all the old, because don't forget, a load of stuff's gone. There was a whole other sofa in here, wasn't there? And all sorts of stuff. Moving it all around and reshuffling this and reshuffling that. It was hard work. It knackered me up, I must admit, and I decided to definitely physically take a break for a little while. I am feeling it in my bones, I can't lie. I'm such an old git. Well, I do have arthritis, you know. And I am blind. Yeah, well, there we go. Booyakasha. Disruptor out. Love, love, love.